You're watching South Asia Newsline and have the top stories we are tracking for you on Monday, the 6th of April. India tracks West Asia crisis, assures energy and citizen safety. Iran diplomat refutes Pakistan's mediation role in West Asia conflict. And rising petrol prices hit Pakistan student and poor. And now for all the details. The Government of India has assured that it is closely monitoring the evolving situation in West Asia with a focus on energy security and the safety of Indian nationals in the region. Senior officials from multiple ministries briefed the media. The Ministry of External Affairs confirmed that Indian embassies across the Gulf and Iran are in constant touch with the diaspora, ensuring their safety and addressing concerns, including visa-related issues. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar has also reached out to his counterparts in the UAE and Qatar as part of ongoing diplomatic engagement. Authorities say Indian nationals in Iran have been safely evacuated through neighboring countries including Armenia and Azerbaijan, with 24/7 helplines remaining operational. On the energy front, the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas has assured that supplies remain stable despite global uncertainty. Officials confirmed that two cargo ships, Green Sanvi and Green Asha, have safely crossed the Strait of Hormuz and are on their way to India. All refineries in the country are currently operating at full capacity, while stocks of LPG and food grains remain sufficient. The government says energy prices in India have so far remained stable. Authorities are also coordinating across sectors, including logistics and public communication, to ensure preparedness in case the crisis escalates further.
पश्चिम एशिया में चल रहे संघर्ष के संदर्भ में हमारी लगातार विदेशों में दूसरे देशों में बातचीत हो रही है। इसी क्रम में हमारे विदेश मंत्री की कल कतर और यूएई दोनों देशों के विदेश मंत्री से बातचीत हुई। साथ ही साथ उनके पास ईरान के विदेश मंत्री का भी टेलीफोन आया। इन तीनों बातचीत में विदेश मंत्रियों के बीच में पश्चिम एशिया में चल रहे संघर्ष के बारे में बातचीत हुई और वहाँ के हालात क्या हैं इस पर उन्हें अपनी अपनी बातें रखी और समीक्षा किया।
And representative of Iran's supreme leader in India, Abdul Majid Hakim Elahi, dismissed any role of Pakistan in mediating in the ongoing West Asia conflict on Sunday, calling such claims an attempt to influence global oil prices rather than genuine diplomacy. Speaking to ANI in India's Patna city, where he attended a condolence meeting for Iran's former supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, Elahi stressed that Iran does not seek conflict. He further added that civilians across multiple countries were suffering due to the conflict and called on global leaders to intervene. Speaking on the duration of the conflict, Elahi said that its end depends on the US and Israel, which have initiated the hostilities against Iran, and alleged that attacks had targeted civilian infrastructure, including hospitals, schools, and residential areas. The conflict in West Asia began after joint US-Israel military strikes on Iran on February 28, which led to the death of Iran's supreme leader Ali Khamenei. Tehran, in retaliation, targeted Israel and US assets in several Gulf countries, causing disruption in the waterways, affecting international energy markets and global economic stability.
They don't have any role in this one, you know. This conversation between Iran and America through Pakistan, it wasn't true because just they wanted to stop the price of the oil by just only talking. Even they are not serious for talking. They are not serious for negotiation. They are not serious for conversation. Just only they wanted to use some countries. They said that we want to have conversation We want to have dialogue, we want to have talking, but it's not true.
And public anger is growing in Pakistan as rising fuel prices put increasing pressure on everyday life. From students to workers, many say the surge in petrol cost is becoming unbearable. We have a report.
Pakistan is facing a sharp fuel price shock, with petrol prices soaring to historic levels, triggering frustration and anxiety among citizens. The government recently raised petrol prices dramatically, pushing rates up to around 458 Pakistani rupees per litre before partially rolling back the increase under public and political pressure.
लेकिन ये अब देखें इस टाइम पेट्रोल की प्राइसेस कहाँ पे चली गई। अब बताएं हम क्या करें, हम स्टूडेंट हैं, अगर हम काम भी करें जो मर्जी करें हम कर रहे हैं अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह सारा कुछ, लेकिन ये हम कैसे मैनेज कर सकते हैं इतना पेट्रोल, आप ही हमें बता दें। फिर बस यही होना चाहिए, हुकूमत से यही अपील है कि इसमें हमारे लिए कोई गुंजाइश की जाए ताकि हम इसको कर सकें यूज़, ये सारा कुछ कर सकें, और ये बहुत बड़ी मेहरबानी होगी हमारे पे, ये काम हो जाए।
Officials say the hike is linked to rising global oil prices amid tensions involving Iran, Israel, and the United States. But for ordinary Pakistanis, the impact has been immediate and severe. Transport fares have surged and daily commuting is becoming increasingly difficult, especially for students.
तो ये देखें डलवाने आए हुए हैं पेट्रोल सारे, लेकिन अगर यही लोग सारे एहतजाज करें हुकूमत के खिलाफ तो फिर कुछ हो सकता है, लेकिन हमें वो खसलत है ही नहीं, वो चीज़ है ही नहीं।
Criticism of the Pakistan government is also growing, with some calling the economic management a failure and urging immediate relief measures. For millions of Pakistanis, the crisis is no longer abstract, it's a daily struggle to afford transport, education, and basic necessities.
India has delivered humanitarian assistance to Afghanistan as the country grapples with the aftermath of floods and a powerful earthquake. India's Foreign Ministry spokesperson Randhir Jaiswal said India stands in solidarity with the people of Afghanistan and remains committed to providing support during this crisis. The aid includes essential relief materials such as kitchen sets, hygiene kits, plastic sheets and sleeping bags. The disasters have impacted at least 25 provinces across Afghanistan, with the death toll rising to more than 30 and dozens injured. Heavy rains and flash floods have destroyed homes and affected thousands of acres of agricultural land. The earthquake, which struck multiple regions including Kabul, caused additional casualties and structural damage. Several homes collapsed, trapping families inside. Afghanistan lies along the seismically active Hindu Kush region, making it highly vulnerable to frequent earthquakes. Authorities say rescue operations are ongoing, with emergency teams deployed across affected provinces. Meanwhile, Nepal has a new Speaker of the House and a new strategy to tackle a growing fuel crisis. Dol Prasad Aryal has been sworn in as Speaker of Nepal's House of Representatives after being elected unopposed. The oath was administered by President Ramchandra Paudel at the presidential residence in Kathmandu. Aryal, the sole candidate for the post, was elected unanimously, becoming the 10th Speaker of the lower house. A member of the Rashtriya Swatantrata Party, Aryal is also the first non-communist speaker in nearly 2 decades. Meanwhile, Aryal takes charge at a time when Nepal is grappling with a worsening fuel and gas crisis. The government has announced a 2-day weekend, Saturday and Sunday, to cope with rising fuel and gas shortages and prices. The decision was taken by the Council of Ministers, with new office hours set from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on working days. Officials say the crisis has been triggered by global supply disruptions tied to geopolitical tensions involving Iran, Israel, and the United States. And Christians across India marked Easter Sunday with midnight prayers, celebrating the resurrection of Jesus Christ as a symbol of hope, faith, and renewal. The celebrations, which began on Good Friday, culminated in church gatherings, hymns, and baptisms, also marking the end of the Lent period. Take a look.
Devout Christians across India thronged churches to offer midnight prayers, marking the celebration of Easter Sunday. Easter commemorates the resurrection of Jesus Christ, who is believed by Christians to have risen from the dead 3 days after his crucifixion. The event is widely regarded as a symbol of renewal, faith, and hope. In the southern city of Thoothukudi, churches resonated with hymns and candlelight as worshippers gathered in large numbers to celebrate one of the most significant days in the Christian calendar.
After the passion and death of our Lord Jesus Christ, we are celebrating the feast of the resurrection. Resurrection is something extraordinary, feast of the church. It is because of resurrection, Christians are very happy. They believe in the resurrection. It is not only Jesus who raised from the dead, but also the Christians will be raised from the dead one day. That is the faith.
The festival begins on Good Friday and culminates with Easter Sunday. During the Holy Week, devotees follow fasting rituals, abstaining from meat and alcohol. Easter is a popular day for the process of baptism and welcoming new members into the Christian faith. The day additionally marks the conclusion of the Lent period.
So this is the victorious message given by Easter, that even death could not resist us. Through Jesus' resurrection, even death failed to us. So on this day of rejoice, let us assure that we should not subsidize our lives to a bonded life. Rather, let us celebrate the liberation given by Jesus Christ to the entire humanity.
That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time tomorrow. Good night.